Morning guys, welcome back to Alignmental. Rohanna here, and today I'm gonna prove to you that I don't just do yoga and Pilates. Clearly I didn't get that from just doing yoga and Pilates. Not that yoga and Pilates are not valid forms of fitness in and of themselves, but if you do want to grow muscles like hypertrophy, like get bigger muscles, you do need to lift heavy weights. And I normally do lift heavy weights often, but the gyms have been closed for over a year now. I did manage to get my hands on some 25-pound plates. These monsters, I got a set of these. So I'm gonna use a set of really heavy, so I have a set of this, and then a set of light dumbbells today. So I got 25, and then I got 9. This is 9, not 6. But for your purposes, you're gonna use this for the arms. So if you do not have arms like this, a 5 might be sufficient. A 5 would even be sufficient for me, just because what we're gonna do is pretty difficult. So even if you have a 5 or like a soup can or something, you're gonna get work done, trust me. Work as in force times distance moved, right? Physics. And then even if you don't have a really heavy something, you know what works really well? Cat litter. Those like the max scoop ones that come in like a bucket with the handles. The handles are pretty good too. So just go to your local grocery store and pick up 2, because we're not going to be moving them around too much. We're literally just going to be holding them at our sides. So it's good for that purpose. And then once things are back to normal, you can just donate it to your local animal shelter. You can even maybe add some food or some money to that donation, you know? Why not do something good to celebrate the return of the world? So let's get started. So we're starting off with a simple deadlift for 15 reps. Grab your heavy weights, and your feet are hips width apart and legs are straight but not locked, and you simply hinge at the hips so your bum goes back, and then thrust your hips forward to stack your spine and come up to standing. I like to tap the weights down at the bottom just so my grip and my back don't get fatigued before my ass and hamstrings. And you want to squeeze your butt at the top so that your hips almost go forwards of your chest. Don't worry about having an Instagram booty right now. Squeeze your butt until it dimples. It'll look glorious tomorrow. And that's 15. So then we're just going to take this into the single leg version. So all the weight in the left leg and just kickstand onto the tippy toes of the right foot, and then continue with the same hip hinge for 15 reps. Position that right foot in such a spot that your hips can stay square to the front. Like I don't want the right hip going back or opening to the right. Same symmetrical hip hinge, just all the weight is on one leg. And switch legs, all the weight in the right foot, kickstand the tippy toes of the left foot, and hinge that booty back for 15 reps. Squeeze that ass at the top so you get ugly butt. One of my favorite fitness YouTubers, Dana Lynn Bailey, always says you want to have an ugly butt when you train glutes, because that will give you a cute butt later on. And she definitely has a cute butt. And that's 15. So we'll let the lower body recover while we work on some arms and shoulders. So Going a hammer curl to overhead press to eccentrically lower the weight with straight arms. And we're going for 15 reps. Now the deal with this move is that it is a play on a front raise, which is where you raise the weight straight out in front of you to shoulder height. However, a lot of fitness experts agree that that's a redundant exercise since the front delts already get a lot of action from things like push-ups and even this overhead press we're doing. But by lowering the weight from overhead, we actually target the rear delts because above chest height up to the ceiling is the job of the rear delts. However, we do need to press it to the ceiling because even I cannot straight arm raise an appropriate weight all the way overhead. Okay, so we're here for 15, keeping the core tight so that your spine stays upright even as the weights are going down. Don't let it pull you forward. Okay, now the legs are recovered, they can rejoin the party, and we're gonna be doing what I call a split squat. So a split squat is a lunge. We're gonna hold the weight on the side of the front leg, right side in this case, and step back with the left leg to a lunge, then step forward to stand. And we're here for 15. So we wanna utilize that same hip thrust action we rehearsed for the deadlift. So really squeeze your glutes and push your hips forward at the top. And your core has to really work here to keep your torso from tipping to the side of that weight. A good way to tell if this is happening is by making sure your shoulders are staying level. So if you have a mirror, just make sure one shoulder is not hiking up. And also make sure one hip is not hiking up. So no scrunching on either side of the waist. And we'll just switch sides, and I'll just give you one more cue before I just let the music play, and that is to always keep the front knee over the front foot. The knee can go a bit past the toe when it's bent, but don't let the knee travel back. Keep flexing that ankle. And that's 15. Now we're doing the same thing, but we switch the side of the weight. So now it is on the side of the back leg. And I like to kind of rest it on my side thigh so it's not swinging around too much. This also encourages me to keep my spine upright. There's a version of this where the spine angles forward. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but with how the weight is positioned in our thigh, it's more ergonomic to keep the spine upright. Anyway, 15 reps here. I'll let the music play. And that's 15, and switching sides, I'll just let the music play because I think I've talked this one to death now, so just get to work, y'all. Make me proud. And that's 15. So now that our ass is toasted, let's get back to the arms and finish off with a lateral raise hammer curl combo. But apparently not before I have a little dance party with myself. You guys can guess what song I'm dancing to. It's not this like music that you're listening to. It's some copyright shit that I can't play on YouTube. Okay, so getting back to business, here I'm just demonstrating that when you do a lateral raise, you don't want to either externally rotate or internally rotate your arms too much. However, you should internally rotate slightly so that the elbows slightly lead the way. This is because the shoulder is a ball and socket joint, so it does have to rotate to translate. So we do a lateral raise, pause, then a hammer curl for 15 reps. The point of the hammer curl is not just to nuke the biceps, because we actually already did this, but it is a means to give the shoulders a rest, but also encourages good form since you have to pause and switch directions. Therefore, you can't use momentum to just swing the weight up and down. Please don't do that. And that's 15. Boom. Okay, that was it. Hope you guys feel strong, but not too tired. Remember I said, do another one. I'll link some suggestions here. Comment, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video with your friends. You guys can do this simultaneously through FaceTime, Zoom, Skype, whatever you use. And peace out. Love you. Bye.